creative, and also it's a lot of this training today is going to be a lot of fun, and it's all about, so many of you have been asking me about how I work on manifesting what I would like to accomplish in my life. And this year I got really, really serious about not just creating my goal, writing my goals down, and I really got pretty serious about the whole aspect of manifesting what I really, really want in my life. And so I took a completely different tack this year when I started to create the vision and the goals that I was establishing for 2019. So today I want to talk to you about, I don't know if any of you have created a vision board for yourself in the past, or even if you have one now for this year. And I do one every single year. I create my goals and I do a vision board and all of that. And I love the creative part of it. It's a lot of fun. But a lot of people have said to me that it's really, they almost resent doing it because some of the things that they have on their board don't manifest. And it's almost like, it's more of a frustration to actually look at it every single day than it is to actually put it up and experience the joy of seeing these goals and these desires come to fruition. So the real key here is, what really does manifesting look like, and what's the difference between a vision and a belief? What's the difference between a vision board and a belief board? Well, I really started to do some, investigating around this, and I did some learning and I did some studying around it. And this year, when I set about, creating my goals and doing my vision board, I took a completely different tack. And this is really what I did. The first thing is the distinction between a vision board and a belief board. A lot of it resides internally, like the whole notion of how we experience our visions for our lives and our visions for, what we want to create. The whole notion of a vision for me seems like it's something out there in the future, not very real, not very tangible. It's a vision, almost like an imagination, or, sort of like a dream. Dreams are great and imagination is great, but there's a real distinction in my own way of appreciating and experiencing belief versus vision. So when I went about creating my belief board this year, I began with, and I'm going to actually flip the camera around so you can see how I began this, because I'm a very visual person, and I really needed, and for me it's hard to work in small spaces. So I got my trusty flip chart paper out. I have at least 2 or 3 packets of posted flip chart paper around me at all times because I use it so much. And so I want to see if I can flip the camera around for you so you can see how I began. Okay, so let me turn it this way. So you can see, and I'm going to raise the camera a little bit. So you can see that I started, and I actually put this on the floor where I had space. And I mapped out the domains of like the areas of my life that I wanted to work in for this year, like the things that were important. Now, I put a lot of different domains on here that are not really on my belief board, but I'm giving it to you so you can see, like it might be that you have desires this year to manifest goals in health and fitness or your weight. I think I missed the T in weight. Sorry about that, guys. Career or business or money or relationships, travel. And then there's another domain that might be like, maybe you're really hungry to accomplish a big, bold, audacious goal, like running a marathon, or maybe getting a speaking gig in a particular organization, or finishing that book and actually publishing it, or getting it published by a real publishing company, not just self-publishing, although there's nothing wrong at all with self-publishing. That's awesome too. Maybe there's something on the creative end of your life that you would like to really manifest, or maybe there's a new home or a change in your home, or an addition, or maybe moving somewhere, living in a new location. some kind of, the domain of new experiences. Maybe you want to go rock climbing, or maybe you want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I really have no idea, but whatever it is, it's in your desires and your domains. Or maybe, just the domains. I think there's another domain for me of like actually seeing the verbiage and the visual messages. So it could be that you want to actually keep the message of maybe spiritual growth, or laughter, or the end of struggle, or joy, right? So those are some of the domains that I sort of mapped out. And as you can see, in the center is the biggie. It's my core belief. It's my core desire. Now, one of my big desires for 2019 was to learn tango. So I will show you my belief board in a moment. But first I just want you to see that I put the core theme and my core belief at the center. All right, so now I'm going to sort of, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to flip the camera around again. And I'm back with you. And so here's the thing I want to talk, before I start showing you my belief board, I really want you to see, I want you to get a sense of the distinction between vision and belief. So as I started to map this out, I put it all on the floor, and I didn't cut out any pictures first. I did all my domains first. And then I really sat down and I thought about, what do I believe I am really capable of manifesting this year? So it could be that maybe this year I wasn't going to manifest, I'm making this up, maybe I wasn't going to manifest buying a home on the cliffs of Malibu this year, but maybe I am going to buy a new home with a view of some kind, right? So I really started to think about, what do I believe I am really able to manifest this year? It's in my ability. Maybe I don't know how, maybe I don't see it immediately, but I believe in my heart and in my soul that this is my destiny, that it is possible for me. I may not know how at all. I may not have any idea about, and I may even be really, really far from achieving that particular goal today. But I believe it's possible. I believe. So I had to really sit down now and really get serious and get connected. Really, the word is connected to, what do I truly believe? And I didn't put anything on the board that I did not believe was truly possible. I didn't have to know how, but I believed it was possible. And if I didn't really believe it, I didn't put it on the board. So maybe I believe, that I can fly to the moon, but it's not going to be in 2019. It's going to be in 2030. Okay, so I didn't put it on the board this year. I put on the board this year what I really believed was possible this year, and I really, really want it, and I believe it. So everything came from the whole concept of, do I believe this? If you don't believe it, you're not going to be able to generate the emotional, that essential emotional component that goes along with, remember, the thought generates chemical reaction, generates emotion, and emotion is the magic elixir for turning your intention and your goal and your desire into reality. Without the emotional component, it can't, there's a missing ingredient. The cake won't rise. It's like not having yeast in a cake. So you got to have the right emotional component, and without the belief, you don't have the emotional component. So that is exactly how I approached it. I cut out all the, what I did was I looked at all the domains I wanted to include on my board, and then I mapped it all out, and I cut out pictures, and I cut out words, and I cut out what was really, really important, and I cut out what was really, and then I looked at each one before I actually applied them to the belief board. I really asked myself very seriously, do I believe that this is my destiny? Do I believe that I am ready to receive this? Do I believe that I'm ready to receive it this year? Do I believe that I have all of the ingredients within me and the emotional component to mix in to my belief board and really make it happen? And am I willing to manifest it this year? And that is exactly how I approached it. And it was a wonderful experience, because instead of just putting up something that I wished, like, when you put up a vision board, it almost occurs as if it's a wish, right? And a wish doesn't seem real. And when it's not real, the manifestation capability eludes you. And that's where the missing ingredient is. A lot of people create vision boards and they treat them like they're really doing something productive and that they're into it, but the truth is they don't really believe everything that's on the board. And then when they don't see the manifestation of it, they start losing, they lose trust in the entire manifestation process. So that is really what the missing ingredient has always been for so many people that are my students, for people that I interact with, and even for myself. I noticed that a lot of it was just sort of a wish list and not really a belief board, not really a belief system. So this year it all became about belief and about taking my belief and infusing and daily injecting belief and emotion into my manifestation practices every end. So now I want to tell you that I do this every single day. When I get up in the morning, I have a routine, and it's pretty religious. And it's been, and I share this with you guys a lot. Some of you struggle with meditation, but there are a lot of different ways to meditate that don't have to be, where you don't have to be a master yogi to meditate in a way that's really effective. You just really need to get quiet and sort of shut your brain down into overactivity mode and into, just you got to get quiet a little bit and let the brain waves subside a little bit and go into the right mode. So I start my day with meditation. I generally, when I first started, I could only do about 3 minutes, and then I grew to 5 minutes. And the minimum they say for true effectiveness, when you get to 6 minutes, that's when true effectiveness starts to kick in. So then I graduated to 6 minutes, and now I meditate about 15 minutes a day. I vary it. Sometimes I'm doing a guided meditation, and sometimes I'm not doing anything guided at all. I've even gotten to the point now where I can even go on a run, turn the music off, turn everything off, and I can actually meditate when I'm running. It's pretty amazing, but I've gotten there. And after I meditate, I do my journaling. I do my gratitude journaling, and I celebrate at least one thing about myself every single day. I've taken my belief board and I've even created a media version of it, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But then after I do my meditation and my journaling, I make the bed and do all of that stuff, and then I come into my working room. I call it my life working room. It's my business room. It's my office. But it's also my life work. And I go to my vision board. My belief board, and I actually touch the items on the belief board, and I touch my heart, and I really get connected to each item on my belief board, so that every day I'm in major communication and connection with this belief, and I put my hand on my heart to each aspect of it to feel the emotional connection. And already some things on that board are manifesting. So I'm just telling you that this is my process. It may not be your process. Everybody's got their own methodology, but I'm telling you the distinction between a belief board and a vision board is enormous for me. So I'm going to sort of take you over to my belief board now. We're going to take a little walk, all right? So come with me. Okay, and I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see. And this is my belief board. And of course I had a lot of fun creating it and all of that. And I did some, as you can see in the center, I have this woman doing a split, and she's dancing the tango. And to me, that was the most exciting thing because it represented an awful lot. First of all, I've been doing split training for about a year, and I've definitely made enormous progress. I'm not all the way down to the floor, but I'm pretty darn close, and I didn't start anywhere near there. And also, I really started taking tango lessons, and I'm really loving it, so I put that into practice already. And as you can see, I have various messages about laughter and the struggle is over, allowing myself to feel joy and to receiving, leveling up. And I have different projects that I'm working on, a retreat in October that I'm working on, and different travel, and there's also relationships are on here, different business goals, and my team. You can see all the team cheering. That's all about cultivating and attracting the right clients in my life. So I'm really sharing with you like my real big messages and all of that. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera around again. Those messages for me are no longer just nice ideas. They are really a belief. And I touch, as I say, putting together the belief and the emotion, in connection to the actual specific goals has made an enormous difference. Now already, I just want you to know that I had some pictures that I shared with you on my belief board that relate to Italy and Greece, and after I created the belief board, I just registered for a dance cruise in October of 2020, but I did register in 2019. I'm taking a dance cruise, and here are the locations. Like it just came up, like it was supposed to be just an Italian trip, and it is Italy, Spain, and Greece, and one other thing that I didn't have on my belief board that I've always wanted, and I missed it. I didn't put it on there, but it came through anyway. We're going to Croatia, and I've wanted to go there for years. So I'm going to combine two loves of my life, travel and dancing, and they came together already. And by the way, one of my business goals already came to pass. So I'm telling you, the connection, the emotional connection, believing, if you put something on a board and it's just a goal, it's just a wish or a vision, and you're not really serious about that, you really truly believe it, it can't come to fruition. Manifesting is all about the thought and the vibration, the emotion, and all those things put together and doing on a daily basis. And then your belief is something that you can practice every single day. So that is my little mini training on creating a belief board that really manifests. Now, a lot of people have a lot of opinions about how to manifest goals and all of that, and everybody's got their own way, but for me, this took me to a whole new level. It's my hope that this will give you a new level of understanding manifesting and embracing this. And really, if you've done a vision board for this year, take a look at it and see how much of that board you really believe. And you can create a new one at any time. You can shift out from a vision board to a belief board at any time. It's really up to you. You can do one mid-year. You can do one every quarter. It's cool. It's up to you. But the most important thing is to really marry belief with your emotion. That's the magic elixir. You've got to put those things together and get really, really specific and make very, very sure that your languaging is quite accurate, because if you have negative words on your belief board, it's going to attract the negativity. So I see I have a few people here. If anybody has any questions, I'm here to answer them. Anybody got any questions for me? Let's see if I got any further comments. I got some people. I see you're with me. Hi, you guys. Great to see you. Glad you're with me. Happy Friday. It's Fired Up Friday for all of us Fired Up After 50 folks. I hope you're having an awesome week and that you're going to go into an amazing, amazing weekend. And I'm so thrilled that you're with me each week. I love being here with you. I hope you're getting great value out of these trainings. And unless you have any questions, that's it for me this time. Anybody have any questions? All right, you guys, love you, sending you great vibes for an awesome weekend, and make your goals turn into beliefs and manifest away. All right, you guys, see you next week. Bye.